Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I am beyond excited, to be honest, because I haven't been filming for a while now and there has been a reason, I promise, but I'm gonna share it with you in a minute. For now, I just wanted to say that I do post more on my Instagram because it's just my everyday life pretty much out there. If you want to follow, please do. I will leave my Instagram link in the down bar below so you can subscribe. I do have a reason why I have been away from social media for a while. I am pregnant, guys, and I have been pregnant for quite some time now. I am almost at the end of my pregnancy. We're expecting a baby boy in January, so I wanted to show you my bump. Yeah, it's quite big now. We also decided to take a little break. We went to Iceland, we went to French Riviera, we went to Monaco. We really traveled this year, and especially when we figured out that we are pregnant, we decided to take some time off, and that's what I have been doing. This was a little update, but recently our little family had an anniversary of 1 year living in the Netherlands, and honestly, I cannot even begin to tell you how much we love it here and how welcome this country has been to us. This was definitely quite a year while we were adjusting. It was highs and lows, but we definitely figured it out, and now it is much, much better. We are still adjusting though. It's been only a year, which basically feels like an eternity, but it's been a year. So to celebrate and to mark 1 year in the Netherlands for us, I decided to make a video about why you shouldn't move to this country and why this country may not suit you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing that comes to my mind is prices. And honestly, this country is not the cheapest, but that is not your main concern. That is not it. Monthly expenses, however, is something that you should consider before moving here. Everything really adds up, especially when you pay taxes, you pay health insurance monthly, your rent, your utilities, maybe memberships, I don't know. Taxes can be up to 50% from your salary. Just as an example, we pay 295 euros per month for the both of our health insurances, which are mandatory here, especially coming from a country where there's no such thing as mandatory health insurance. It's quite a lot of money, and sometimes you pay for it and you don't even understand why you pay for it, but yeah, that's something that you have to do, obviously. I saw some videos where people said that you cannot get rich because you still have to pay a lot of money to the government, because the more you earn, the more you pay, which is kind of true. So you have to think about that as well. Another example, we had to take our cat to the vet for a checkup. We paid 95 euros for 10 minutes, literally, because there was no treatment. So it was quite a lot. The price for groceries is really comparable to other cities in Europe, and I do not notice any difference that much. So the prices are fine, but it also depends on where you shop, because if you shop at your regular supermarkets like Albert Heijn or Markt, the prices can be very high, and if you're shopping in Lidl, for example, you can save 10 to 15%, I heard, so it depends. However, one thing, the prices are comparable, but the quality of the produce is amazing here. For example, we buy berries all year round, and all year round they're the most amazing quality. They're sweet, they're delicious and juicy, and you have pretty much everything. So right now we have every single berry that you can possibly think of, probably in the supermarket, and it's gonna be delicious. We have melons, we have watermelons. They're little small ones, but they're so good. They're so delicious and sweet. Even though it's like November already, it's not the season for them, but they're so good, and the quality of the produce is amazing. So I do not mind to spend quite a bit of money on that. Speaking of food, and this is my second point, guys, the food in restaurants is not the greatest. And if you are used to having brunches with your friends or spending some time in a restaurant in the evening with your family, not the best, to say the least. It's very plain, and even though I love this country very much, the food is just... We had a tradition with my family where we go to the restaurant in the evening, and that may have happened like 2 or 3 times a week, or maybe even more. Here, I really do prefer to eat at home. I cook much more. When I want to reward myself with nice food, I cook it myself. And also when you go to the city center and you're like strolling by the canal, having a great time with your family or friends, and you want to eat something or just have a little snack, and you go to a restaurant and the only thing you can get there is beer, pretty much. And bitterballen, if you get lucky. But I'm not usually that lucky. And I also don't really like bitterballen. So another reason why you shouldn't move to Amsterdam or to the Netherlands is because apartment hunt is real, guys. So apartment hunt is a real deal, and I do have a separate video on this topic, and I talked all about how to find an apartment in Amsterdam, and I even showed some options that I viewed. You can check it out. I will leave it in the description as well as somewhere right here, but it's super informative, as I just mentioned before. I highly recommend to watch it to anyone who's moving to Amsterdam. However, I cannot not talk about this here, because I did mention in the video that finding an apartment is really tricky and it takes a lot of time and effort, and we spent 2 months in a hotel searching for an apartment every single day. It was not fun at all. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a lot of the things from your apartment wish list. With that being said, you may not get the best option or the apartment that you wished for. So yeah, watch this video first and then go watch another one about the apartments. I swear it's really, really good. I cannot even imagine us moving out of this apartment. I think it's gonna be a nightmare. I'm somebody who loves moving. I'm a weird person and I do like to move, because for me it's like a new chapter and you start over. But here I'm not looking forward to it, because it was such pain in the butt to find something that we liked. So this apartment is like, we're gripping onto it. We're holding onto it. We're not moving anytime soon and not planning. Who knows, obviously, but I'm not looking forward to this day when we're gonna move. The market doesn't make it easier for you with the prices and with the long waiting times and documents and all the requirements. It's kind of hard. Another thing that we were discussing with my husband the other day is how overcrowded sometimes the cities can be. And since we live in Amsterdam, I'm going to talk about Amsterdam more, but I'm pretty sure that this is the same situation in other big cities like Rotterdam or Den Haag. Alright, my camera just died. Hello, I'm back. It can drive you crazy how overcrowded it is sometimes. And I'm not talking about like overcrowded when it's weekend. It's overcrowded every single day because there are a lot of tourists. Sometimes it is just impossible to go from the central station to the city center, especially the shopping street, because it's just unbearable. I really don't like this about Netherlands, but it's a problem of any country, to be honest, of any popular destination, that there are a lot of tourists and a lot of people. I understand more and more now why more of our friends that have families move out of Amsterdam, because it's just too much. And my next point is kind of connected to this one. The smell here everywhere is not the greatest, and I'm pretty sure that you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to be grandma, okay? I'm okay with the scent for the most part. It's not really a problem for me, but now being pregnant, I cannot stand it. I don't want to be smelling this. I don't want my baby to be smelling this. So going through a city center, it's like a nightmare for me right now. I try not to go there, and I've been like once or twice, and every time I regret that I went there. And thankfully we got a car recently, so it's not much of a problem anymore, because we just don't go to the city center for shopping. We go to other cities, which thankfully they are like 30 minutes away, and you can get anywhere pretty much within an hour, so that's great. And if you're a person that is very sensitive to the scents or smells, I don't think it's gonna be very nice for you. You know what is legal here, and you cannot do much about it. My another point is directness, and Dutch people are famous for it. You probably already heard about it, that they are super direct and straightforward, and they say what they think, not sugarcoating anything. And I personally find it funny, but most people can be offended by it. And hear me out. I come from a country where people are not sugarcoating anything, and they're pretty direct as well. But Dutch people are just on another level. It's super funny. or at least I find it funny, and we always share stories with my husband if we stumble across something super direct and honest. Their culture is not about small talks, fake smiles, or just being all positive and bubbly. They're just honest, and they will say what they think to your face. They're not beating around the bush. I really do appreciate that. I really do. My another point is customer service, guys. And it's not really the best here. They just sometimes don't care. Actually two major things. First one was when we were looking for an apartment. Nobody was interested in us. Nobody called us. Nobody invited us for a viewing. We had to do everything by ourselves, which was a shame, but I understand it now because the market is so tense, they don't really care about you. The next situation was when we were looking for a car, and I'm not saying that there was nothing in between, but those are the situations that I can remember on the top of my head. But when we were getting a car, and keep in mind that was not the cheapest car, we were getting it from like a salon, from a shop. They were so slow with the answers. They never called when they promised. They never texted when they promised. They were just not interested in selling us anything. It was a very sad experience because when you buy an expensive thing, you want somebody to be there for you, to explain how good things are and to walk you through pros and cons of your purchase. And like, you want to be you want to be informed, basically. Not only customer service, but also like when you call a municipality, sometimes you can feel very, very stupid because you ask questions and they're like not interested in answering you, and sometimes people ignore you, something that you have to get used to. All right, so we are on to our last reason why you shouldn't move to the Netherlands, and this point is very important to me and very close to my heart. But if you're anything like me and you like to get your nails done at a salon or your hair cut in a salon, then you will have a slight problem with the beauty industry. I'm not even afraid to say this, but one of the most terrifying, horrible, life-threatening experiences I had almost a year ago in a salon while I was getting my nails done. I came back from this appointment, I cried. I was so disappointed and sad, and I didn't know what to do. The person that was doing my nails in a salon, I was doing a pedicure. He didn't clean after the previous client. It was winter time, guys, and I was wearing Uggs, and in my Uggs I go to my seat and I sit down and I take it off, and then a couple of minutes later he grabs all of the instruments for the pedicure and he literally puts them just on the floor without any napkin, just on the floor, after I just walked there with my Uggs. And keep in mind, it is winter, it's kind of rainy, so my Uggs are dirty and the floors are dirty. Beauty is not supposed to be like that, but it is sometimes here, and you have to be super careful with the salons that you choose, especially when you look somewhere with the rating. I do not trust them anymore. This candle kills me. It smells so strong, but I don't want to ruin the vibe. So I just left it there for the ambience. And since we're almost done, I'm gonna leave it. So anyway, you have to spend a lot of time searching for the people that you can trust with cutting your hair, doing your nails, because it can be a life-threatening experience, and I don't want you to be very disappointed. I want to warn you that this is a thing, and most of the salons, most of them, they are not doing the most sanitary job in the world, and we want to stay healthy and safe, so we're not going to these salons. We're searching for people that sanitize things and they don't put their instruments on the floor. When we moved to this apartment, we had a manager that was a beautiful, gorgeous, stunning girl. We still have her. She's an assistant here in this apartment complex. She always looks so stunning. Her hair is on point. Her makeup is well done, on point. She's also Dutch. So immediately I thought that she must know some places where I can get my nails done. So I asked her, you know what she said? That she had her nails done 10 years ago. Basically, she didn't recommend me any salons and she told me to look on Treatwell, which I did, and I had a horrible experience. First of all, this doesn't just happen. I don't know, wake up this beautiful. And I was so jealous of her, but I was also very shocked that she is not going to any beauty salons to look after her, but at the same time she looks amazing. Guys, I hope this video was helpful to you. I think I might have rambled a little bit too much, but I really hope that this video was helpful, and I really wanted to say that I do love the Netherlands. I love this country so much. It quickly became our home, and even with little flaws that I mentioned, it makes this country even more special. It is all my perspective. If you do not agree with it, make sure to kindly leave a comment below. And if you do agree with me, let's have a discussion, and also leave a comment below. I would love to chat, and I also always answer my comments. So I really hope that you guys have an amazing day, and I'm gonna go to my yoga class now. See you. Bye. All right. Oh, and also, by the way, if you're still here, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.